Hello and welcome to the Polkadot Hackathon CodeCamp. And the purpose of the CodeCamp is for you to master the Polkadot developments, especially on a smart contract developments, and for you to understand about the concept of the Polkadot hubs, smart contract on asset hubs, and also other new features that you're gonna bring on Solidity's and also smart contract level in general. So now we're gonna go through a bit about the CodeCamp. So what does the CodeCamp cover? The first one is gonna be the introduction to Polkadot hubs and also other workshop topics. But today we're gonna look over about the introduction to the Polkadot Hub and the coding challenges. So put your skill to test with the hands-on coding challenges. So build reward application and deploy them on Polkadot. And we have 4 challenge that I believe if you follow all these 4 challenge, you're gonna be well prepared for the upcoming features of Polkadot. So we have the cross-chain Solidity smart contract with ECM and Hyperbridge, building a Polkadot AI with Polkadot Agent Kit, full stack development with Scaffoldot, and building a Uniswap v2 DEX on Polkadot Hub. Now we're gonna go to the materials for the introduction to Polkadot Hubs and what there is covered. First, my name is Tins, and today we're exploring our blockchain development in blockchain. So for this first time ever, smart contracts are coming to Polkadot asset hubs. Originally, bringing full EVM-compatible to Polkadot system per change. This combines Ethereum familiar developer experience with Polkadot cross-chain functionality and native asset hub functionality as well. We're gonna go to what is native asset hub functionality later. So by the end of this section, you understand the visions of why smart contract on asset hub changes everything. The architecture using REVM and PolkaVM, or I can say dual VM architectures, similar to other ecosystem where you can file it in Arbitrums, or the killer features including ECMs and native runtime access, the launch timeline, and where to find resources and support. And this is your entry point to building the next generations of cross-chain dApps. Now, here's the list of what you learned, and let's go to the Polkadot Hub revolutions and what does that mean. So for the Polkadot Hub revolutions, let's understand what the Polkadot revolutions means for the builders. So the building on Polkadot today requires winning a per-chain slot. It's expensive. You need to understand the trade, a steep learning curve, understand what's Polkadot SDK, how to deploy runtime, and you need to build a validator infrastructure, so it's complex. So these barriers have kept talented developer out, even though Polkadot cross-chain functionalities are unmatched. So how can you leverage all those features of the Polkadot relay change? And for example, interoperability, security hubs, but you don't want to be a whole per change, but only on something write a script and it's running perfectly. So Polkadot Hub will solve this problem with these 5 key advantages. So the first one, lower the barrier to entry, no per-chain slot needed. Full EVM compatible, so deploy Solidity contract unchanged. Native cross-chain, so ECM built-in, not bolted on, and asset hub features, access native runtime functions from smart contract. December 2025 is the launch date of the Polkadot hubs. So asset hub is becoming a complex smart contract platform with EVM compatible. So start building immediately with Solidity you already know, so you already use hard foundry and remix, and the security of asset hubs as Polkadot trusted system per change, access to all the per change through ECMs and native asset hub runtime functionality from your contract. So we're bringing Ethereum developers to Polkadot at scale. So why this matter for the builders? Polkadot is a smart contract execution environment running on Polkadot asset hubs. Adjusted system per change is built on the 3 pillars. The first one would be EVM compatible first. So Polkadot Hub is 100% compatible with Ethereum's to REVM. You can deploy any Solidity smart contract without modifications. Pillar 2, asset hub native heaters, ECM for cross-chain messaging, native asset management, and direct access to asset hub runtime functions from your smart contract. And the pillar 3 would be the system per chain security. So your smart contract inherit Polkadot security to asset hubs and adjust the system per change. So think of it as Ethereum developer experience plus the Polkadot cross-chain superpower plus the asset hubs and native capabilities. So yeah, and the Polkadot Hub in ecosystem where it fit. So as you can see right here, this is the architecture where you can imagine how it's gonna look like. We have the Polkadot Hub smart contract as system per change, gonna be secured by the relay chain security and consensus. It's going to be deployed on the Polkadot network and have the access to all the features at the Polkadot system per change. Then when you have a native asset and runtime, it can run and connect to like the Polkadot hubs. This is already the basic like architecture of any per change on Polkadot, where you have the runtime level, the node level, and then like you have like dApps and cross-chain dApps can be deployed on like Polkadot hubs, and also like you can use like HCM to communicate with like others application running on top of it. So some of the key features of the Polkadot hubs include the locations. So as a Polkadot system per change, entry cost like zeros, just deploy your contract. ECM can access like built-in native cross-chain messaging. Security, Polkadot security to the system per change. Runtime access, core native like asset hub functions from your contract. Launch effort, deploy and go, no infrastructure needed. And best for like dApps, DeFi, NFT, and cross-chain apps. So like Polkadot Hub is the fastest way to build production-ready dApps on Polkadot. So now like we go to like the architectures of the Polkadot hubs, where it's follow the dual VM strategies. So what is like dual VM? Dual VM is basically gonna have like two virtual machines running on top of like the system per change, the asset hubs, and it's enable like some capabilities like you can use the features of like both REVM and PolkaVM. Now we're gonna go to like a bit about the features of like what REVM and PolkaVM provides. So for REVM, it's provide like 100% like EVM compatible Rust implementations. So it is like the same experience that you experience with like other EVM compatible virtual machines. So like the launch is gonna be on December 2025. Status is like it's production ready. For the PolkaVM, which is gonna be like the future virtual machines, that's gonna be enabled on top of Polkadot Hub as well. This is the native virtual machines built built for the Polkadot use cases. So it's different from the REVM. I'm gonna say like EVM in general, because EVM in general is follow a stack-based architecture. Meanwhile, PolkaVM follow a register-based RSC5 architecture. The launch is gonna be reviewed alongside the REVM, and the status right now is still be in like experimental, because like PolkaVM has some like limitations when you have a different different machine language. REVM compared with like EVM bytecode. So like while we want like both both levels of machine running on top of like Polkadot Hub in the futures, so immediately EVM compatible, and also like future innovations as well, because like PolkaVM gonna like open for like more capabilities that you can do on top of like Polkadot Hubs. Now understanding the REVM is basically just Rust Ethereum virtual machines. And what's makes REVM special is better tested, like powered by Foundry and Red. Like it's already like a commons package in the Rust ecosystem, and also the Ethereum Rust ecosystem in general. 100% like compatible with like every EVM opcode supported. Deploy Ethereum contract and change high performance Rust optimized execution for faster, cheaper transactions, and actively they maintain regular update and security audit. So bottom lines would be like if it run on Ethereum, it's run on the Polkadot hubs, you can easily like fork like any applications that you already have on Ethereum to the Polkadot hub. Now understanding like the PolkaVM. So the PolkaVM is the Polkadot next generation VMs. Why the PolkaVM is this? So like it's a modern architecture, register-based compared with like stack-based like EVM. Multi-language, like any language that can compile to like RSC5, not just Solidity, can run on top of like PolkaVM. Optimized for Polkadot, like native cross-chain operations and better weight mapping. Current status is like it's still in review release in December 2025 and available for like testing alongside like REVM. Production regardless like timeline TPDs is gonna be the release soon. So like for hackathons, focus on REVM, explore PolkaVM for fun. Now, dual VM, share infrastructures, so like both VM running like Polarity Revive, which is like a runtime module, gonna be integrated into like Polkadot hubs, and it's also like allow like the developers to choose like either REVM or like PolkaVM to deploy on. So we have like storage, gas mirroring, recompiles, even like separate execution environments, events, and also like we have, but like they have like separate like execution environments for like both VM. Now about the gas and the weight, the economic is we're gonna understanding the models. So Ethereum gas is have like fixed unit per operations, where price fluctuate with like demand. For Polkadot weight, it's based on the actual execution times to the benchmarking and also measures in the picoseconds. Then the Polkadot approach is going to be to the Solidity smart contract. We're going to go to like our EVM execution but measure in cash and then convert it to like Polkadot weights, and then we can generate the fee in the dot. So like familiar gas model for developers but optimize execution on Polkadot. The three killer features of the Polkadot Hub in general is would be it's not impossible. It's impossible on Ethereum because Ethereum is not like built or with the insights features for this one. So the first one it would be the ECM recompose. So the core order present from Solidity smart contract. For anyone who not like familiar with the ECM yet, so the ECM is the cross-chain messaging protocol that allow like one applications on top of Polkadot can like send across your message with the order application on Polkadot in a secure way. We don't rely on bridging, but we rely on like ECM message, which is abstract. It's also like have high security and easy to be on. Yeah. Native Asset Hub runtime access. So like call the Asset Hub native function directly from the smart contract. Any functions enabled on the Asset Hubs, for example, the stacking, native asset, native NFT can be used directly on Solidity instead of like the Solidity smart contract. Advanced recompose, privacy to the homomorphic encryptions and abstraction primitives. So these are not like add-on; they are built into the platform natively. The feature one, ECM recompose. So ECM is like cross consensus messaging Polkadot cross-chain protocol. What it enables, so like it's enable the per-chain communications and messages and asset to any per-chain from your contract. Cross-chain DeFi creates prices, execute trade, move liquidity across change, intent execution, implement the EIP 7683 cross-chain intent natively, and how it's work. So imagine like you have like a Solidity smart contract, then you have like ECM recompose. It's gonna be called the ECM recompose. Then the ECM recompose under the hood is gonna like just basically call to the Polkadot ECM protocol, and then like gonna be sent to the destination version. Very simple. It's already abstract away to the recompose. You only use the recompose to send a Russian message. No bridges, no third parties, no additional just assumptions. Now for the ECM use cases, what the builder are creating for the cross-chain, you can like imagine building something like cross-chain DEX aggregators where you can find the best prices across like, all the per-chain DEXs into like one transactions, or similar to like Kappa swap, you can imagine like that. So like instead of like having to compare with like multiple like DEXs on the blockchain, you can just write like one single contract that can aggregate like prices across the DEXs on the change and also like on the per change, and then you execute it in like one single transactions. Multi-chain yield optimizer deploy capital to highest RPY automatically to the ECMs. Unified DAO treasury govern asset across the multiple like per change from the one contract. Russian NFT marketplace list and trade NFT from any per change. Payment gateway like accept payment in any per chain native token. And the possibilities are endless when the chain can truly talk to each other. Now the second feature would be like native Asset Hub runtime access, where you have a direct access to Asset Hub native functions from your smart contract. And why this matter? So like native asset management create and manage asset using the Asset Hub battle tested runtime. Call any like Asset Hub palette directly from Solidity. Native like runtime core are more efficient than like smart contract logic. And how it works like runtime recompose provides direct palette calls from your contract, native asset creations and management, seamless integration with like existing Asset Hub features, and accelerate full power of Asset Hub from EVM like smart contract. Now for like the use cases of the runtime access, you can do like for example like native asset creations. Instead of like just creating an ERC20, which is actually not a native asset, now you can even like create your own DOT token running directly on top of Polkadot Hub. So it's in like the native level, and then like if there are any like native functionality added to the token, your token is also be apply as well. So like create asset using Polkadot Asset Hub like native functionality from your contract. NFT collections, so leverage like Asset Hub like NFT palette directly from Solidity. Gross contract asset management manage complex asset operation to the runtime calls, governance iteration, integrate with asset hub governance from your dApps and advanced token logic, combine EVM flexibility with a native runtime efficiency. Runtime accessibility give you the best for both worlds, EVM compatibilities and performance. Now the feature 3, advanced recompose. So we have like enhance the functionality to the specialized recompose contract. Whenever recompose coming soon, well, if, for example, we have a privacy recompose, homomorphic encryptions for confidential transfer, and account abstractions, smart account and gas sponsorship primitive, asset hub integration, direct access to native Python functionality, and how it's work like recompose contract provide runtime functions access to like fixed addresses, optimize native operations, and seamless EVM compatible. For the recompose use cases, you also have some powerful integration patterns like hybrid contract, efficient like asset management, cross-chain coordinations, advanced user account, optimized performance. Now, for a bit about the roadmap of the Polkadot Hubs, so that you can expect when to use all these features. In the third quarter, we can have the REVM integration complete and recompile implementation security audit. In the late October 2025, it's going to be like on Kusama Hubs, 100% like EVM compatible REVM on Kusama, public testnet for builders, reward testing with KSM, and also in the mid-December, you can have the production launch on like Polkadot Asset Hub, REVM ready for mainnet dApps, and Polkadot VM review release. So what's shipping December 2025? The launch features REVM productions, ECM recompose, runtime access recompose, advanced features, developer tools, and block explorer. Now, here are also like some materials where you can reference to learn more about the Polkadot Hubs, where we have like the Polkadot Hubs docs, which is the official like materials, where you can the official like materials where you can learn about the Polkadot Hubs, REVM iteration details, which is discussed on the Polkadot forums, ECM recompose reference, where you can learn about the how ECM recompose is going to be designed, and developer tools. We have the hard, Foundry, Remix, Polkadot JS apps for linear chain interaction. You can also like using DDOT and Polkadot API. I don't know if they already supported Polkadot Hub contract yet, but yeah, I expect like in the future they're gonna be support. So joystick for testing and forking of the ECM. And Open Zeppelin partnerships, so we verify the contract libraries for Polkadot Hubs. We also have a forum update for the Open Zeppelin here, and custom template for ECM and privacy features. Now like go to a bit on like just a very quick setup. We're gonna go to the developer tools later because we have a separate section for that. But like let's say if you have a Foundry, you want to use Foundry, you're gonna use a special Foundry library from Polkadot, and even also like hard as well. Yeah, and for like remix you can I think like these are wrong, so like for remix you have to go to like remixpolkadot.com, and these are like for it's similar to like Ethereum's, but we're gonna cover that in a special like materials just for the Polkadot Hubs. Now to connect to the Polkadot Hubs, you can go to Western Hubs, or I think this already replicated, and you can go to the Asset Hubs, or can say the Parcel Asset Hubs. Then there's also a Discord. Yeah. Well, what else? Okay, so first step would be you read the Polkadot Hub overview, understand ECM basic, review Open Zeppelin update, set up the tool, install Foundry for hard, connect to Western testnet, get testnet token, deploy a simple ERC20, test Open Zeppelin contract, and join developer Discord. Now the recommended journey would be the week 1. We're gonna learn about the foundations, where you already like learn about it in these workshops. Then like the secondly would be go to the workshop called like EVM tooling and development setup. Then go to like the Polkadot Hub documentations, ensure like your foundation and understanding of the Polkadot Hubs is strong enough. Then you're gonna go to the week 2, where you gonna cover the advanced features like cross-chain DeFi primitive, where we cover like ECM deep dive, some narrative on like building on Polkadot, and also like Open Zeppelin integration guys. Then the week 3 would be like build. Now I think like here you can do like some challenges we already revised in the CodeCamp. Implement your project, attend the office hour on Discord, get a mentor feedback, or you can also DM me and ship like deploy on testnet, recording more video or like submit. So yeah.